Hey, how's it going, Nostalgics? Welcome back to another video here on the Nostalgia Factor. And this, guys, is another collection vlog, although this one's going to be very different from past videos if you guys have been keeping up with the progress and building of my Final Fantasy VII merchandise collection, along with a few other games and pieces of merch I've picked up along the way. But this episode, guys, is actually going to be one showing off some different merch, not just the fact that some of the merch in this video is going to be from Final Fantasy XVI, which is drastically different from 7 and a number of other games. But I'm also going to be showing off a sub-collection I've kind of started involving Pokemon, not really so much with the merchandise side of things, but more so with a specific line or spin-off series, whatever you might want to call it, of merch that I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But let's start off with the Final Fantasy XVI stuff and see what pickups I have now for my ever-expanding collection. So first up, guys, for the Final Fantasy XVI merch is actually some merch I picked up from the Square Enix Cafe via eBay. This is a standee of Jill Warwick from when she was a young child in Rosaria from the game. I also have a younger standee of Clive Rosfield from the main character of 16. This is his younger form from whenever he was in Rosaria. And what also came with this set that I picked up was also a fridge magnet of Hugo Kupka, or the Icon Titan in Final Fantasy XVI. It's a pretty cool little set to pick up. Not anything too crazy. I am a really big fan of 16 after playing it earlier in 2024. But for the first time. But this was just a really cool, so a few pieces of merch to actually pick up. I like the look of these stands, love the artwork of 16. The magnet was just a cool little throw-in. I'll probably put these up and display them in the room at some point. Not super rare merch or anything, but pretty unique items from 16 and some pretty nice additions to the collection. So guys, I'm not going to be going to every single one of these boxes, but another piece of merch that I picked up are 5 of these Icon little statuette mystery boxes that Square also put out on their website and in the Square Enix Cafe. To kind of give you guys an idea on what the box looks like. Essentially, these mystery boxes contained little statuettes of each of the different 8 icons of the game. You have like Ifrit, Shiva, Titan, Garuda, and Odin, and a bunch of the other guys from the game. You guys can kind of get an idea on what each of these statuettes look like here. It was pretty cool. This was part of the lot that I got those magnets and the standees in, so these were just kind of chucked in. But they're pretty cool. I'm not going to open up every single one of the 5 I have because they're all kind of randomized. But to give you guys an idea, out of this box, there's a little bust or statuette of that appears to be Ramu, I believe. So, pretty cool little figure, nice little display pieces if you're a fan of 16. They're not made of metal, in case you couldn't tell. This is plastic. But this is still a pretty cool little addition to the collection. Nice little display pieces for 16, and if you're interested in this kind of merch, or if you're just a big fan of 16, definitely recommend picking these up. They're not really expensive. So this merch is going to be a little different, guys, for this collection pickup, outside of the 16 stuff I just showed you. This is a sub-collection I've kind of started for the Pokemon Adventures manga. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. Pokemon Emerald is one of my favorite games of all time, and one of my favorite sub-series of Pokemon that is just drastically different in every way possible for the storytelling, alternate versions of the characters from the games, more adult themes, language, that kind of thing, is the Pokemon Adventures manga, which is at least for the first several generations anyway. My favorite is Gen 3, obviously. I've read this manga several times at this point, and it's just amazing. I love most of the entries that they've come out with, recreating the stories from the video games and whatnot. And because of that, I've decided to go out of my way to kind of collect some of the manga versions from at least the first, 3, maybe 4 gens, that kind of thing. Gen 3 obviously being my favorite. This here was part of a lot I ordered off of eBay. It was volumes 15 to 21 were part of the Ruby and Sapphire arc, which is again my favorite. But these 4 volumes here that I picked up, obviously not complete and kind of out of order, but I ordered these off of here to kind of have physical versions of a story I already really enjoy. Especially, that says something for the Pokemon manga. But those are the copies of Ruby and Sapphire that I picked up. Still missing a few volumes, but it's pretty cool. This here was an actual comic book released by Viz Comics. This was back when Pokemon Adventures was actually coming out, before they came out with the manga books that you can go and buy, like Books A Million nowadays. This is pretty cool. Old school comic book here. I believe this is from the early mid-2000s when it was coming out. And you guys can see it even has the original stickers still in there. Pretty cool little comic book here. They made a few more of these for at least the first few. I love the artwork on this. So I might intend to pick up more of these. But that's a pretty cool little addition there too. And this here isn't super rare. It's not an old manga volume or anything like that. This what we have here, guys, really isn't an edition of the manga, nor is this like an old comic book. This is actually an anniversary art book from, I believe, the first 6 or 7 generations of the Pokemon manga. Once again, adapting the video games to like original stories, original characters, that kind of thing. But the artwork here to celebrate the anniversary of Pokemon Adventures is just amazing. There's one thing that really drew me to this manga series in the first place was the artwork. I'm going to go through every single page here, but it's just really amazing. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, if you're a fan of the series, or just a Pokemon nut in general, definitely pick up this art book. It's a really cool edition. And that's all I have on this one, guys. Thank you guys for checking out this different collection vlog here. I showed off some Final Fantasy 16 stuff from a game that I do enjoy. That was already different in itself. But also the Pokemon manga stuff and the Pokemon Adventures merch in general, I think is really cool. I'm a big fan of it, especially, again, for the first several generations. It's some of my favorite Pokemon media, and hopefully I can collect some more of the manga volumes I want to, and some of those cool comic books and whatnot that they originally came out with for the first generation ones. But they're pretty cool, and if you're interested in them, you can pick them for cheap off of eBay, so just keep an eye out for them. Otherwise, guys, once again, thank you so much for checking out this collection pickup vlog. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. If you guys have any of these pieces of merch by some chance, if you want them for yourself, maybe you guys know of some other cool merch out there that I should be looking for. You guys collect stuff, all the usual stuff. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section as always. And if you did enjoy the video, give it a like. It does help out the channel. And subscribe if you guys want to keep up with future videos here on the channel, like retro game reviews, collection pickups, gaming collaborations, and all the other stuff that we do here on the Nostalgia Factor. But that's all from me. And until next time, guys, this has been Ryan from the Nostalgia Factor saying, keep on gaming.